Your favorite pinata, Lincoln Riley.
Well, yes.
Why? Like, why Lincoln Riley? It just seems that draws your ire.
Oh, Dan, you have to remember, college football takes a hiatus for a number of months, and then we parachute back in July, and I'm suddenly appearing with Stephen A. and Greeny and the Dan Patrick Show. So I've got to come up with new material. I work through it, and then when I go on tour in the fall, I use whatever works the best. I answered this. I frankly did say a lot of things about Lincoln Riley recently, and I meant them. I don't think he's a great elite coach. And I know that the pushback is, well, look at what he did at Oklahoma. I know what he did there. He inherited a masterpiece from Bob Stoops. And yes, he was able to maneuver and finesse Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray into Heisman trophies. And he nearly got one for Jalen Hurts. And he did get one for Caleb Williams. But it's really what he hasn't done that I think is so noteworthy. And he hasn't won a championship, and he really hasn't even come close because Lincoln Riley has just forgotten one of those tenets of defense, that special teams, offense, and can we all say in unison, defense. He's never been on speaking terms with the word defense in his career.
But okay, he has to know that this is a problem. All right.
You would think.
But you think Deion could come into USC and make more sense than Lincoln Riley? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
I heard what you said about that. I got a chance to listen to you opine. And everything you said, Dan, made perfect sense, except that I wasn't like saying, I've done 6 months of research. I'm presenting my case as a Solicitor General to the Supreme Court. I mean, I just threw it out on first take, and the next thing you know.
You can't just throw it out, Paul. You know better than that.
Well, I was trying to get a new deal with ESPN. I figured that would help.
Well, congratulations. You accomplished that. I don't know if Deion can coach. I don't know if he can recruit. I don't.
Boy. Dan, you're about to get attacked by the Deion police.
Look, I would say it to him. He won 4 games last year. The over-under this year is 5.5. I said if you didn't get Deion last year, you're not going to get him this year. I might have to amend that. So I'm thinking Deion is going to be better this year. And if he isn't, he loses Travis Hunter. He loses his son. I mean, come on.
You're right. Okay, I agree with you. Except Deion's not really a coach. He's a producer,
a CEO.
He's like they bring Spielberg into the movie. He fixes it up. He gets a lot of special effect. That's what he does. And my argument a couple weeks ago was that you bring him into LA. The town is on fire. Just like it was for about a minute under Lincoln Riley. He had everything going for him, and then suddenly he didn't. And my argument about LA is it's a town of winners. They don't like the losers out there. And suddenly Lincoln Riley looks like a loser. And I think it's going to continue that way. So no, Deion is not Bill Belichick and Nick Saban wrapped into one. But he is a dynamic figure. He gets ratings. He brings excitement, and that brings players.